Hello everybody, it's Nation here, and here's another painting tutorial. We're going to paint the creature caster warrior demon. So this is kind of a good stand-in for your bloodthirsters, and I've also done a bit of a conversion on it because I didn't really like the sword, so I've swapped it out for a bloodthirster axe. So I started off by priming the model black and then using a top-down grey shade primer again over the top. We tend to use Stynel Reds, but we're going to get started off with Vallejo Game Air Scarlet Red, and this is just base coat all over the mini. What I like about these models as well is that they've got a lot of detail, but the assembly of them is really surprisingly easy. You do have to do a little bit of filling and stuff like that. That's kind of to be expected, but it's minimal. And yeah, these are exceptional sculpts, and they do really slot together really easily. So if you ever get a chance, pick them up. It can be a little bit tricky for people in the UK, just for shipping from Canada, but if you, I believe it's free shipping over a certain amount, so if you can go share with some mates or something like that, get a couple you want. They got a big range and it's ever expanding. It's worth a punt. Okay, now we're coming in with Citadel's Wazdaka Red. This is coming through an airbrush. And we're focusing mainly on certain points, sort of highlight areas we want to focus on here. So it's not necessarily a base coat, it's more a large highlight, I'm going to call it. I think there's a name for it, but, you know. What I found out, this was very much a backwards and forwards process with this one, because I wasn't getting the red I was happy with. So I had to keep on going backwards and forwards, and you'll see it, all the different colours I use on this to get to the stage I was happy with it. Now coming in with Vallejo Model Air Scarlet Red. So as you can see here, it kind of makes that Wazdaka Red, which is kind of a little bit pinkish, a bit more of a vibrant red, but we're not completely covering it up. And if we are, we're kind of using it in thin layers as well, so we still got a highlight there from the Wazdaka Red. Okay, I've now mixed in some white with the red. There's no particular brand, it's just white mixed in with the scarlet red, and I'm just highlighting up again. It's giving me a little bit more of a more of a vibrant contrast, or like, I don't really know the wording on it. My words seem to be failing me today. There's a bigger contrast between them, a bit more stark. Maybe that's what I should have said. Yeah, either way. So yeah, this is a bit more focused, but again, comes out kind of pinky, but we kind of correct this and move it back to a colour we like. But this is more of a highlight. As you can see, I didn't paint the full of the chest there, it's kind of in lines and highlight areas. Same with the wings and the legs and various different sections, so this is more highlight spots you're looking for. Now we're coming in with scale 75. Tismat something? Let's have a look. I'll find out. It's one of the scale 75 ones. Wasn't overly happy with this orange. It came out a little bit thin, but it added to the layers. I'll try and put a description down below of which one it was. It was a very, I think I was looking for a deeper orange, and that came out quite light. So we're correcting it again, using bloodletter glaze. Again, going through an airbrush. This is bringing it back to the red. Okay. Now this is adding some white to it, and again coming back in with some highlights on the orange again. And then again coming back with more bloodletter glaze. So again backwards and forwards until I got to the stage where I'm happy with it. And because it's an airbrush, it's coming through relatively thin, so you shouldn't be afraid of doing stuff like this. It's experimenting. You don't get it right straight away, just keep on trying. And for some odd reason I decided to change the camera angle here. And yes, it was not a wise idea. And this is Thar Brown from scale 75, and I'm just painting this over all the bones. Now, I do apologise, it's not great lighting. I don't know why I switched it. I think I learnt my lesson pretty quickly, going, yeah, shouldn't do that. And so, hopefully if I twig on this soon. Yep, I twigged on it, but I painted it all up by then. So that was all the Thar Brown on it. It's really boring showing you all white. Trust me, when I was doing editing, there was a lot of it, and I was like, oh, no. So I painted it all. Now we'll put an Agrax Earth shade over it to get some shadows on the go. I do find washing the Mini quite a therapeutic part of the painting process, because you know it's kind of, after this bit you're going to have a break because you need to let things dry, or you just move on to a different area while that bit's drying. But either way, I find it's because it doesn't require a massive amount of skill. As you can see, there's quite a lot of little bits of bone on this model. At first you think, oh, it's mainly red, and then you start painting it, and yeah, there's a lot of bits of bone. Okay, now we're coming with gnome oil, and this is just to make the horns, and my stupid hand is in the way. I'm painting the tips of the horn so the horn has a colour shift as it goes from the base of the skull, where the bone would be kind of fresh, to the further point where horns kind of start going into whatever state they become after the white bone essence. If you ever look at sheep's, goats and stuff like that, you should see the similar sort of effect. It's kind of white towards the head, and then as it goes further away it starts turning into the dark brown sort of thing. I don't know the reason, there's got to be some science behind it, but yeah, similar sort of effect I wanted to achieve on that. So now we're coming back in with dark brown again, and we're going to highlight up the bone to just bring back a little bit of that colour. And I have to say, this is probably one of the most tedious parts of the whole painting process. So with the horns as well, I tried to make the Thar brown go in streaks rather than be a solid colour, so it gives the kind of impression of a grain. And just to show you how boring it can be, is me painting his leg. Okay, and we're also going to do the teeth as well while we're at it, just to start giving a little bit more definition in the face. Okay, now we're coming in with white sands from scale 75, and this is just going to be picking out the highest spots, so all the highlights of the bone. What I like about white sands as well is not white, it's an off-white more towards the yellow, so using stuff like Xandri dust or Thar brown's quite nice, because that's got also a bit of a yellow tinge to it, so it's quite a nice highlight step from that. As you can see on the shoulder plate as well, I'm only picking out the higher points and I'm not painting the whole thing anymore. And coming back in with our scale of 75 orange paint. I'm actually going to find out what this is now because I wasn't sure. It is Tiamat orange. That's the one. Tiamat's the dragon god from the dragon of colours. That thing. So we're just doing highlights on the face here with it, bringing out some of the more defining points. Chromatic dragons, that's it. I forgot what it was called. Yeah, Tiamat is the god of chromatic dragons in Dungeons and Dragons. There you go. I do know a little bit about it, but not a great deal. So we're just going to do some streaks now across the sort of chest area where you can see the kind of muscle fibres. We're just going to highlight them up a little bit. And my hand does seem to get in the way, sorry, quite a lot during this video. I need to figure out how to do that. It's something I'm learning, but I'll get there. I'll get there. So trying to unteach yourself your own habits. Okay, now you can't really see this point, but I'm painting the eyes with white. Okay, now we're coming in with Warp Lock Bronze. This is just to paint the weapon, and my hand gets away in a lot in this part, so it's relatively simple what I'm doing it. I'm just base coating it with Warp Lock Bronze all over the blade. Okay, now we're coming in with Vallejo Game Color Brassy Brass. And we're going to be applying this with a sponge. So we're just going to dab it on all over. Okay, next we're coming in with Retributor Armor. And again, we're going to apply this with a sponge. But we're just going to go a little bit lighter. Okay, now we're coming in, we're going to add some chainmail silver to the mix. And again, dab it on. Doesn't matter if it mixes a little bit with the gold, it's not a problem because it blends quite nicely, but this is going quite fine. And then we're just coming in with pure silver. And apologies again, my hand's in the way. Okay, now we're going to wash it with Agrak Thirshade. Okay, now we're coming with Hello Gamer Charred Brown. And this is just going to paint the haft of the axe. Again, hands in the way, apologies. I really need to work on the angles on this one. Relatively simple what you do, you just paint the haft brown. You might need a couple of coats if you're using this colour because the game is quite thin. We're now going to come in with Beastie Brown. And this is going to paint all the kind of straps around the haft. Yeah, definitely should have reshot this one. Oh well. Okay, next we're going to use Troll Slayer Orange. This is going in the eyes. Over the white, so it should be quite vibrant. Then we'll come in with Uriel Yellow. Just in the centre. And then we're coming in with a black just to put the pupils in. Then we're just going to give the haft and the straps on the axe are washed with Agrex Earthshade. Stick a varnish on it afterwards. Glue the arm back on. And then we'll be done. So here's the finished product. Now I did film the base and how to paint that, but I wasn't sure if there was a demand for it, so I cut it out of this video. If you do want me to do the video on doing the base and how to paint it up, drop a comment below, and if I get enough of them, yeah, I'll put the video together and show you how I did that. But if not, I hope you like this video. Please hit like, subscribe, all that jazz. Check out the Facebook page if you want to be kept up to date with more stuff that's going on. And hopefully, I'll catch you next time. See you later, people. Bye-bye.